Welcome back, YouTube. Hope all is going well. PPS back here. It is our Friday edition, our morning edition of Pass the Prop coming at you with your coffee. I got my pre-workout concoction over here, ready to roll for today. Joined as always with my guy Monotone Football. How you doing, man?
Can't complain. Obviously, this show has brought me a lot of luck. It feels like every time we do one of these shows, I have a crazy day over both sports. So I'm kind of looking to replicate that. I even tuned into your stream yesterday, caught a winner with that Thomas Benatendi hit parlay. I know you've been killing it recently, so I'm just excited to kind of join in here and keep the momentum going.
Yeah, another profitable show last time. Obviously, Lane Thomas, if he would have hit a homer, like I said, I think I texted you this. I think if he would have hit a home run in his last at bat, I probably would have got a tattoo or something. Because that man has made me so much money when I see him in the starting lineup. He's just a beast. I hope the Brewers get him, but now he's facing off obviously against my Brewers. So it's going to be a little bit tougher for me to have to cheer for him there. But like I said, another profitable show. And yeah, I mean, everything was good. We even cashed in on a tail or fade on Bieber, who had 6 strikeouts through 60 pitches, and then the rain came. So hey, it's still a winner in our book, and I think Smart went over this, right? I haven't been watching this game.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so 1-1 on the Taylor fade. Like I said, I had both of my hit guys both not play due to rain. It's been crazy. I've had like 4 of those plays in the last like 5 shows, so I am completely scrapping the hit parlay for today. And I'll be going right after a couple straight plays here today. So without further ado, we might as well get right on into it. We're about 2.5 minutes in. Appreciate all you guys popping in here at the early time. If you guys could smash that like button, we're going to come at you with 4 plays here in our 2 Taylor fades. So let's get right into it. I will kick it off to you, Monotone. We also have to make that home run parlay. I got to remember to do that before the end of the show here. So I will kick it to you first, and we'll get the basketball one out of the way.
I love it. I love it. This has been an absolute staple for me. And I'm honestly, I went to bed last night. I'm not going to lie, guys. I checked the first quarter lines. They weren't there. I was getting worried. I was thinking, they saw what we did last time. Every time I post one of those Twitter recaps, they disappear forever. But luckily, they came back this morning. I was super happy to see one of my absolute favorite combinations. Like I said, Looney in game number 1, he ended up missing this, right? He had 0 points on 0 for 2 shooting. And I think that really kind of hurt his line for the rest of the series. But he absolutely bounced back these last couple of games, very, very easily hitting it. I was super surprised that we were getting 2 points at very reasonable odds. And as for 2 first quarter rebounds, he has that in every single game as a starter. 10 of 10 playoff games as a starter, he has 2 first quarter rebounds. And in fact, in 9 of those 10 games, he has 3 first quarter rebounds or more. He had, I believe, 5 the other day, had 11 in the last series. This guy's absolutely a beast. Looney's getting 2 rotations in the first quarter, which means they normally give him a little bit of a break halfway through and then sub him in at the end to grab those last couple with 3 minutes left. So if you're worried there, if you see him get subbed out after only 5 minutes, don't worry, he's coming back. This has just been so consistent. The gift that keeps on giving. Absolutely love these 2 legs. Going to keep running it back forever. If you have DraftKings, MGM, you don't have to worry about a blowout. You don't have to worry about foul trouble because it's all in the first quarter. So I'd highly recommend jumping on these.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely think that the first quarter lines are probably better than the other ones going these the full game. Obviously, we've been seeing a lot of blowouts, so I 100% agree. And let's roll with my first play. I think my dog just found his way into the room. I don't know how he did that. Kind of creepy. But let's go right to it. I'm going Royals first 5 over 5. Bruce Zimmerman versus Jonathan Heasley on the bump. I love fading Jonathan Heasley. I've done it quite often. And Bruce Zimmerman has struggled as of late, giving up 3 runs in his last 4 outings. Heasley has given up 3 runs in his last 5 outings and 5 of 6. Obviously, that would go over there. Also, I really, really, really like this Orioles offense for some reason. I don't know why. This is not a team I thought at the beginning of the year I'd be going all out trying to attack. But I really like the spot. Cedric Mullins, Mancini, Santander, Mountcastle. So much pop throughout this lineup. And Heasley, again, this is a guy I've talked to you on the show about. has a 15% walk rate, 12% K rate on a team like the Orioles who swing hard and do K quite a bit. This is a guy I definitely want to take them against when he's not going to have to worry about swing and miss stuff here. As for Zimmerman, he started out the season fantastic. Everybody was going to the well trying to back him because after those first 3 starts, he did very, very well. Now this is that regression spot. I don't know if you remember, but this is a guy I did talk about on the show. I think like after his 4th start, I'm like, I'm going to fade him. I want to be the first guy to do it. And I hit it on his first one when he did it, and I'm going to keep backing the other team on these as well. I think this is the best spot. We saw the ball flying around the yard yesterday. And definitely the Royals are a team that I don't mind getting to either. I like Melendez. He makes the lineup get a little bit deeper, obviously, with Perez and Mr. Benintendi, who cashed in for me last time. And we're going to see I think we're going to see a few balls leave the yard here. And if we do make a home run parlay, I think it's going to be coming from this game for me.
Yeah, no, I like that you mentioned the weather. Finally getting some of that way better for homers, these, deep balls, fly balls, finally starting to see it a little bit, which is very, very nice. I had the Orioles yesterday. Freaking let me down. That was a little disappointing. But yeah, you called Zimmerman off the bat earlier this year. I do remember that. I mean, I was almost one of those suckers that kind of got carried into the hype too. You know what I mean? You were talking about all these underlying statistics, and I'm like, well, hey, he looks pretty good to me. Yeah. But obviously, all the numbers, looking through those game logs the last couple of weeks, it has not been pretty. It seems like the rest of the league is kind of catching up. That regression did hit. So I'm going to be telling you 100% right here. Hopefully the Orioles get it done again today because I completely agree. I've been playing them in DFS. They have a very solid top of their lineup that seems to continually, you didn't even mention Hayes, my guy. He's been playing very well too. Just a bunch of guys that are consistently getting the job done. So I'm going to be telling you 100% on this one. 2 teams that definitely can get some offense going today, especially against that pitching, right?
Yeah. And I did mention Hayes because the only time I ever backed Hayes for a hit, he didn't get a hit. So he's dead to me in my book right now.
That's fair.
We got some guys in the chat on Jay Wells bids. Hope all is going well. And we got Drew in here and dropped a question last time. Any thought on this before we move on to Taylor Fade section?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's very interesting. I like it. Like I said, I support Looney and how he's been doing recently. The biggest ask right here is obviously Golden State to win after how poorly they've been playing. You'd have to imagine, I mean, this is a must-win game for them, right? You're coming in, can't come back territory if they lose this game. So I definitely think this is worth, $10-15, but as for like a full unit play, I don't know if I want to trust the Warriors to do anything right now. I'm not convinced with what I've seen, despite what Draymond may say on his podcast, I'm not sold right now.
Yeah. I mean, I would go for, I'm going all in for Boston. I don't like Boston, but I hate the Warriors. So I'm literally, it's who do I hate more? And it's definitely the Warriors. So let's get to Taylor Fade. I will get you on the first one here with a pretty popular spot on the top prop for the day in the MLB. We have Mr. Luis Severino, facing off against the Cubs. Thoughts on over 6.5 Ks?
Yeah, I mean, just based on what I've seen over these last couple starts, it looks like he's pretty much at as much of a full workload as we're going to see, right? There's been concerns about injuries in the past, how we bounce back from those, what his workload's going to look like for the rest of the regular season. He looks strong and confident to me. Stuff looked great out on the mound last time. Pretty simple. I'm going to be tailing this one. I think this number is just a little bit too low. Probably should be in the minus, 160, 170 range for it to be minus 110 on some of these books. I think that's definitely worth a tail for me today. Pretty simple stuff here, honestly.
Yeah, I will actually fade this one. The only reason I'm fading this one is because the Cubs have been a little bit more feisty they were at the top of the MLB in strikeouts for the first month of the season, and now they're pushing back down. They're about the middle of the pack in strikeouts. Again, you brought up the workload, but if Severino gets to about 85 pitches, 88, and finishes an inning, do I have enough trust that he's going to go out there for another one? Not really. I don't. I don't think they're going to really need to either. Seeing Wade Miley on the other side, I think this could easily be like a 10-2 game. Severino goes 5 and doesn't even need to have to go out there for another one. So personally, I'm going to take the under just because I will be tailing the next one. As always, I try to switch it up a little bit on those to lead you into the second one. I'll be tailing the Phillies money line here. Obviously, Zach Gallen has been very good this year. I get it. But this Diamondback offense is absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. They got absolutely nuked yesterday through the first 8 innings and then decide, hey, we're going to hit. And they're facing off against Santillan. Dude, that guy is awful. He's the worst closer in baseball. So I don't really understand how they're going to hit Gibson. I really don't. They're just not a team that hits for much anything, really. There's Walker and Varsho at the top. Other than that, Kettle Marte's been kind of up and down. And this Phillies offense is starting to click. We're starting to see Harper get back into the swing of things, hitting a homer at the end of the game yesterday. And this is just a deep lineup. So give me the Phillies money line. I think that's a good tail spot.
Yeah, did you see that home run off the scoreboard, right? He crushed.
Yeah, no, he nuked that ball off Boxberger. It was demoralizing.
Yeah, it probably was. But no, I'm in the same boat with you right here. Phillies, I believe they're 6-0 since the firing of Girardi since then.
Yep.
It seems like nothing gets a team more fired up, I guess, when the manager gets let out of town. Everyone, I guess, else is fighting for their jobs right there. Phillies have looked great. And anytime you get a team like the Diamondbacks that just got embarrassed by the Reds, the Reds, right? We're not talking about a top-tier franchise like the Washington Nationals. We're talking about the Reds. I think the Phillies are going to make pretty light work of this one tonight, especially one of their better pitchers on the mound. They've got the whole narrative with the firing the manager. I'm definitely going to be riding with the Phillies once again today.
Perfect. Jay Wells talking about college baseball. I love college baseball, man. I do. One play I will give out here that I'm kind of rolling with today. I have a buddy on Notre Dame, so I will be sprinkling their run line at +1.5. That's +150. Obviously playing the number 1 team in the country. So it's going to be an interesting game. But I like Notre Dame's pitching staff. I like their bats. Obviously, they found a way to get through their regional. And also, I really think that Oklahoma should not be this big of a dog against Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech -150. I get it. They can hit. But Oklahoma's one of the hottest teams in the country right now. I'm going to back that one. So those are 2 spots that I think I'm going to be taking today. I like the +money spots, especially in these crazy games, right? College games, man, these guys want to win more than like a middle of the year MLB game, right? These guys, this is their whole entire career, right? A lot of these guys are going to be done after this. So you see a little bit more urgency. And you don't see as many blowouts when these good teams come together. So I think the run line and the +money spots today are the way to go. And we will bring them right on over. Talking about the Orioles a little bit before, we'll be bringing him up in this next section for you.
Yeah, I'm going with another hit parlay, something that's treated me very well recently. We're going with Mancini and Reyes right here at -115. We got Orioles, Twins, 2 teams I'm not necessarily always on. But let's start with Mancini. He started the season real slow, right? Was not off to a good start whatsoever. Since May 3rd, he's batting .373, right? So obviously slow start in the low 200s to start the season. But over the last month and a half since then, he's been absolutely on fire, continuously cashing this number for me. I had him last night. Didn't work out with Acuna. He got the hit, even despite, I believe, walking either once or twice and getting hit by a pitch. He still ended up getting a hit. And then, like you said, too, he had that deep fly ball that ended up getting caught, which is unfortunate. That stupid wall in Orioles Stadium that everyone hates. Actually, one of the stats I posted yesterday was he has the biggest differential between home runs and expected home runs in the league, right? He has, I believe, 6 home runs and 12 expected home runs this season. Much larger gap than anyone else. It pretty much shows he's freaking crushing the ball right now. Absolutely going to just continue to ride him on the hit streak. And then over to Reyes, the guy leads the league in batting average right now. The line opened at -230 for a hit. I've seen it move up to 250 already in the last hour since I've been awake. It's clear that's going to be a line that continues to get steam. The guy has a hit in 16 of his last 18 games. I left it alone against the Yankees series. I was a little bit worried. He had a bad history against Nestor. I didn't like the Cole matchup. He got a hit in both of those games. Obviously proved me wrong that he's a bit matchup proof. The guy's hitting .398 against right-handed pitching this season. .398. That's insane, right? When you see some of these splits against left-handers, it's only in 50 at-bats. This is legit. He's facing a majority right-handed pitching this season, hitting .398. Absolutely love this combo from 2 of the most consistent hitters we have in baseball right here. -115. Lock it in on FanDuel.
Yeah, I always like Arias. I think he's just a slap guy, right? You can't shift him. There's no way to do it. He can go either way. He uses the whole field, something that we're not really seeing too much in baseball right now. And I'm going to be going with a little bit more of a juicy one. I get it. This is probably max juice I'll ever do at minus 135. I've taken the Reds 2 times in the last 4 days, and it's because they're at home. Like I said, their home road splits are unbelievable, right? They're the number 2 hitting team at home this season. They are the second worst on the road. 203 batting average on the road here. Obviously, I think we're getting this great price because we got Castillo on the bump for the Reds. I don't mind that at all. The Cardinals have faced him a million times. And Andre Palante is going to be throwing for the Cardinals. He is a rookie, throwing a little bit here. Looking at his numbers, he's got good stuff. He's going to be a ground ball guy. So far this season, he's doing very well at missing barrels. Curveball is fantastic, getting a ton of swings and misses, over 35%. So we're going to see a lot of ground balls here, a lot of weak contact, more of like a Framber Valdez type of outing is what we're going to be trying to expect from him, getting those roll balls. And then also when you go into bullpens, guys, the Reds are the worst bullpen in the MLB, 5.25 ERA. I think that's definitely a spot where we can attack this Reds lineup. And this Reds pitching staff, obviously we saw it, and I talked about Santillan, is no lead is safe here with the Reds. Even if they're up 2 or 3 runs going into the 8th inning, I'm not going to be sweating it yet, right? It's till the last out. These guys are not good. They threw their best guys yesterday. Then they have to travel, right? So it's going to be a lot, right? You're getting on a plane after a demoralizing loss. You're putting your ace on the bump against a rookie. You should win, right? But the Cardinals also just played against Shane McClanahan and got absolutely wrecked. So I think this is a spot where the Cardinals bounce back a little bit better than the Reds bounce back. Give me a guy here in Palante. Like I said, he's going to be bringing in a pretty decent arsenal here. 4-seam fastball, slider, curve, sinker. He's going to be running up there a little bit, right? He's going to be at the 96 on the sinker and 4-seam. So I think we're going to get enough missed bats here on a Reds team who just struggles so much on the road. Give me the Cardinals money line minus 135.
Yeah, no, I like it, taking advantage of a little bit of possibly recency bias, right? Cardinals bats have been moving in the right direction over the last month or so, but obviously if you looked at the game log yesterday, they're facing against, a Cy Young candidate this year. It's not going to always be like that, but like you said, a prime bounce back spot. I've said on the show before, anytime I see you around that 130 range, I know it's an automatic lock because I know how much you absolutely hate to go in this range. Which means I know
even this makes me hurt a little bit.
I
just think the spot is that good. I think the last one I've dropped like this was the Guardians, and they ended up winning by like 4 or 5. So I'm hoping it's the same way.
I remember I dropped 1.5 units on that one, and I looked back at the show, and you only had 1, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm in. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be in on this one too. Absolutely tailing, taking advantage of a little bit of name value, a little bit of recency bias. You're getting a good price right here that we probably shouldn't be. Definitely going to be tailing this one.
Beautiful, beautiful. And then let's go through our quick recap here, and then at the end we'll throw together 2 guys that we think are going to go yard here for that parlay. I will kick it over to you first, do your 2, and then I will figure out who I'm going to take for this parlay here.
Yep, started in the MLB. Mancini Reyes, minus 115 to get a hit right here over on FanDuel. Orioles Twins, lock this one in right now. I think it's going to keep getting more juiced. Then over to the NBA. Guy that's been super consistent for me, Kevon Looney, 2 first-quarter points, 2 first-quarter rebounds, minus 115, MGM, DraftKings. Go lock it in.
Beautiful. I'm going to tailor fade.
Yep, I'm tailing Severino, kind of breaking my golden rule. Every time I see a pitcher at 6.5, I think I've faded in like 5 straight. So we're gonna mix it up right here, and I'm gonna be tailing this one. And then Phillies money line, also going to be tailing. Narrative, manager fired. Let's keep the hot streak going today.
Beautiful. I'll be on the Orioles, Royals, first 5 over 5, and I will be on the Cardinals money line minus 135. I will be fading Severino and tailing the Phillies. All right, Monotone, we got through all of our plays. Before we head out, what are we thinking here for a home run parlay for you in tonight's games?
This is tough. I don't know. I didn't come prepared for this one.
I didn't either, so I'm just going to be throwing.
Can I cop out and say Aaron Judge, minus 115 to get a home run?
Dude,
I'm just joking.
if you want to do Judge, I'll have a guy who's pretty heavily. This is gonna be a pretty long shot here today.
Well,
So
my problem, I picked the one guy in the Yankees game yesterday that didn't get a homer. I picked Rizzo. What if I go with your guy Rowdy? Hit a home run against Fedde in his last outing. What do you think about that one?
sure, you find the line there, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm going with. I'm gonna be rolling with Cedric Mullins of the Mister of the Orioles, plus 570 on FanDuel to go yard today. I love him against Heasley. Heasley is absolutely awful versus lefties. He's allowing a 682 slugging. Cedric Mullins hit me a leadoff dinger, and they give me that plus 600.
Sounds good. I'll pull up these odds right now. Let's see. Where's Rowdy at? Rowdy's plus 370.
And plus 570 for Mullins.
Yep. Okay, if my FanDuel would just let me put this in, that would be nice. But I had Mullins yesterday. I had Mullins yesterday to hit a homer. Unfortunately,
he had a double, I think, RBI double, and
yeah,
starting to hit for a little bit more pop.
No, 100%. Okay, let me put this in right here. Definitely some good odds for sure. Better than our last one.
This should be like 2,800 to 32 probably.
Yeah, okay. 30-49. 30-49.
Oh, I'm pretty good, dude. I was right in the middle.
You were on it right there. Yeah, no, this is definitely worth $10. We had the DGen parlay for NFL for people that remember that, carried it over NBA. Now we got the home run parlay. Let's run it right here.
Yeah, I like this spot. I like it. All right. That is our show for today, right, guys? We got 2 plays, a piece, our Taylor fade section, and our home run parlay. Monotone, before we head out today, what do we got for the people on this Friday going into the weekend?
Yeah, man, you guys can check us out over on the Pikkit Sports app, right? If we're not over here, I've been spending a lot of time over there. We have code Pass the Prop PTP that you can go in, and they'll obviously send you some free money. It's a completely free app. It's a bet tracking app, number one. That's what most people use it for. I use it for a dog picture sharing app. I post all my other plays over there. I like to get some plus money going. It's 6 o'clock. You're sitting there. Maybe you're clocked in, a little bit bored. Just putting in some darts, right? That's what I like to post over there. I hit a Jazz stolen base yesterday, which is always nice. I'll probably run back some Brewers stolen bases today. The Nationals pitching staff cannot hold anyone on base, but that's besides the point. We're over there on Pikkit, posting additional plays, chatting with the community. You guys should go over and follow us over there. Completely free app, code PTP when you sign up.
Yep, I've been trying to join the dog train. Unfortunately, he's trying to jump in and join the show now, but obviously he's just going to stick to Pikkit over there. So, yep, we try to post as much as we can over there. Try to put the video in there for people to see. But yeah, looking forward to trying to continue this run that we're on here and hopefully being able to pull together a nice 4-0 day today. I really like all the spots. And I think that we got a good roll here going here. Obviously, thank you guys for popping in. I appreciate you guys doing these early shows. We should have some guests next week. Very excited for that, to break down some more slates with you guys. And again, if you're still here, drop a like on the show. We appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll be back here on Monday, 10:30 Central Time, hopefully coming back with some positive news from this slate. Hope all is well, guys. Best of luck on your bets, and we will see you on Monday. Have a good one, guys.